So would you call a magician who loses his magic Ian? Because if you take the magic away, let's just get on with it.
Perfect.
So the Air Max 1, it's been having the time of its life the past 2 years or so. 5 collabs after 5 collabs, and even the GR colorways are absolutely amazing. Not to forget some of the retros too. But this one for me, in terms of overall Air Max to come out this year, this defo has to make my top 5. In today's episode, broskis, we are looking at the latest Nike Air Max 1 and Size collaboration. So for me, Size collaborations have to be up there with the likes of the Atmos collaborations and even Patter as well. And I'm not just talking about the Air Max 1 silhouettes. They've done some amazing work across the board. And this is of course the latest one to drop. Now for those who don't know, Size is kind of a big deal over here in the UK. They're owned by JD, but they defo stand on their own in terms of their releases and the work that they do. They're kind of like the hipster and cool version of JD. I mean, JD's nice and all, but that is a bit more mainstream. Now I know that makes zero sense, but this sneaker anyway is actually inspired by Nike's Considered series. It's definitely a nod to the 2005 line from Nike that we got, which included some far out releases that we never really saw again. They had things like mules, slides, boots, and even normal shoes as well. But the real standout thing to that line was of course the materials that they used, and you can definitely see the inspiration on this pair. They had a lot of different materials making up those shoes, the likes of the woven materials, suede, and nubucks too. Now if you ask me though, this sneaker is sort of like the dark chocolate version of the crepe hemps. Now it's definitely not a bad thing because that silhouette is an amazing sneaker all on its own. But anyway, comparisons and inspirations aside, let's start off with the box like we always do. Now considering, excuse the pun, that this sneaker is a Size collab and a special one as well, you would kind of expect something different from the box. But no, just like the GRs, we get that red standard Nike box. Now the only thing they do come with though in terms of accessories is different laces, and they're cool, don't get me wrong, but the standard laces, I'd choose them all day. But of course the product sticker does say Nike Air Max 1 and the official colorway is light iron ore, velvet brown and black. Okay, the cat's out the bag. I paid resale. I didn't win on the raffle, and I'm not sure many people did actually. I've only heard of 2 people winning the raffle and the rest took L's. Now I'm not salty, but there were some early pairs gifted to people, and we did see early pairs being listed on the aftermarket, so I'm gonna leave that one there. But yes, I paid resale and I'm not really too happy about it just because of the state of the shoes and the QC. But we're gonna touch on that though. First, let's talk about the sizing. Now I've spoken about this already. Air Max 1s in terms of sizing has always been a bit tricky for me. Standard GR colorways have always been true to size, most of the time anyway. But when it comes to some collab sneakers, sometimes I have to go half a size down. Like the Concepts pack for example, I had to go half a size down just to get that right fit. But then again, the likes of the Patter collabs, I had to go true to size. So it all depends on the materials that are used on the sneaker and the cut of the shoe as well. It's a very tricky one and I was a bit nervous, especially paying resale for this pair. But the likes of the leather sock liner and the materials on the upper as well, it does add a nicer feel on foot. But I've been beating around the bush too much, broskis. Overall, in my opinion, these are a true to size. So no matter how good this sneaker looks, it does have its faults. And let's get it out of the way because the QC on my pair anyway is an absolute joke. Now judging by the looks of other people's pairs that I've seen, I don't think this was done on purpose. The shaggy suede on both of my pairs are completely different. One looks darker than the other and one looks like it came out of the barbers. Now, I'm not trying to make excuses for Size and Nike, but it could have been done on purpose, but I don't think so. Because even judging by the cut of the toe area to one shoe, they look completely different there too. Now I could have lived with that, that's no problem at all, but there was one part of the midsole on the left shoe that gets me so down. The midsole towards the medial side looks like it was burnt and I don't know how this could have happened. I know not many people are going to see that side of the shoe, but I know you know the feeling when only you know it's there, it's still going to bug you. But anyway, it's not all doom and gloom. This sneaker honestly is one of the best Air Max 1s we've ever had. And yes, I might be gassed that I've just got them in, but just look at them. We've spoken about the shaggy suede to the underlays. Around the mud and toe guard areas, we do have that sort of dark denim feel. That nice chocolate brown with the mini Nike swooshes just on the lateral side. Now we've got those buttery leather overlays as well. That does look so damn good. And some more dark chocolate to the Nike swooshes in what looks like nubuck. QC aside, the materials are very well executed. Now we have that woven look to the tongue, and then we have that black Nike Air Max branding just on top of it. Now I have spoken about the laces already, and this pair does look good in them. But I mean, to make it look even better, you could go with a dark brown pair or even sail. Defo way better than the spare set that they gave us. Now one thing I was very happy that they included was this leather sock liner. It really gives me those Air Max 90 bacon vibes, and it adds so much more comfort to the shoe. Now the insole is the same color as the sock liner with that dark chocolate brown Nike Air branding. Now as we move on to the back of the shoe, that shaggy suede does return to the ankle collar, and then we have more premium vibes to the leather on that heel counter. Now this part of the shoe I was skeptical from leaked images, but they did pull it off. We have that Nike Air Max branding embossed here. But as we move on to that classic 87 cut midsole, I'm glad they went for the same color as the overlays, because if they went for white or even a sail colorway, it wouldn't have worked. This hit of grey is the best thing they could have done. Now to finish off on that classic Air Max 1 outsole, it is in black and nothing's really changed here. Right broskies, what are we saying? Is the Nike Air Max 1 and size collaboration a buy or a buy? So for the money I paid for this sneaker, going on the resale market, and for all the bad QC that this sneaker has, I still really like this shoe. And I can't even remember what they retailed for. I think they retailed for around 150. But this pair and this collaboration has got to be one of the best Air Max 1s that we've got this year. And they've defo blessed us with some fire colorways and collaborations. Not as good as last year though, in my opinion. But still, the Air Max 1 does look like it isn't slowing down anytime soon in terms of releases and colorways. Hopefully there's even more collaborations in the pipeline, but let's see. But in my honest opinion though, I don't think this is the best Air Max 1 and size collab that we've ever had. But still, it's defo one I'm glad to have in the collection. I'm kind of wishing they did like a special rollout where you go to the shops and do all that sort of thing. But I guess it was more of an online raffle than anything else. And I really do think though, looking back at it, pictures and leaked images did not do this sneaker any justice. And I do say that about a few shoes on this channel, but honestly, this pair, once you get them in hand, you can defo appreciate them more. The shaggy suede and the colorway in itself, absolutely beautiful. But I am indeed going to give these an absolute buy. But I'm more interested to know what you think, broskies. Was this Nike Air Max 1 size collaboration an absolute banger? Or was this an absolute miss? Leave it all down below and I will pin the best comments. Anyways, my broskies, thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and until the next episode, take care. Releases for the Air Max family dropped this year, and I don't think, what the hell are you talking about? So this has to be one of the best Air Max to drop this year, and there've been some fire collaboration releases. You're meant to say releases, and there've been so many fire sneakers to come out. What did you say about breathing? You have to breathe. Now I've spoken about size collaborating. Sound like a Liverpoolian? It's slowing down anytime soon. The past 2 years, you said it already. So the Air Max 1 has been having the in terms of general, the likes of the leather insole, sock liner. Anyway, comparisons and inspirations aside, wax on, wax off.